Hey, I'm Key, also known as Blue Dawnflower, and where we last left off in Butterfly Soup, we got a look into Noelle's past, how her parents pressured her to basically excel in academics and do basically nothing else. She wasn't really allowed to have fun or hang out with friends when she was younger, and now we're basically experiencing this part of the story from her perspective, seeing Dia and Min bond from her view. So, when did you move back? About 2 weeks ago. Wow, if we had any classes together, we'd have crossed paths way sooner. Does Junso go here now too? No, he's at a different school. He goes to Niles. That's an easier, less Asian school. Why would your parents put you in different schools? They didn't. I originally went there too, but I got expelled. Expelled? How was Florida? You're not going to ask about the expelled part? Horrible. They don't have boba places there. I had to drink milkshakes. What the? That's crazy. I think they probably have boba there now, but definitely not as much as they have on the West Coast. And everyone was white. Florida is a very white state. White and some Cuban, but that's mostly just in South Florida. I think that the population there is starting to diversify, but since it's like a retirement state, quote unquote, the demographic is mostly old white people. Are white people that bad? Oh god, I hate that. They do shit like pull their eyes into slits and go ching chong ting tong. Or go back to China. I'm not even Chinese. I had to get so good at beating people up. It sucks. What the heck? That sounds like a cartoon. Thought racism was over. Me too. But they showed us that cartoon every year in class where they time travel to when there's segregation. What happened? Beats me. I'm having a difficult time, doing Min's voice, but it's fine. The next batter strikes out. Liz, who's acting as the catcher, returns the ball to Akersha. Akersha fumbles it and drops it on the ground. Everyone watches disapprovingly as she scrambles to pick it back up. That was an illusion. Trick of the light! No, we clearly saw you mess up. It's Dia's turn at bat now. Dia hits the pitch with a downright scary amount of force. The ball shoots over everyone's heads and lands in a tree in the distance, causing several startled crows to flap out. Yeah! Whose side are you on? We're supposed to be on defense. Okay, but you have to admit that was sick. Nice one, Dia. Aww. It's Min's turn at the plate now. She immediately grabs the heaviest bat they have. Minso, are you sure you want that? We have other bats that are closer to your... This one's fine. She hasn't even tried the other ones. But in general, people your size should use the 31-inch. No, I'm not some weakling. At the mound, Akersha paces back and forth as Min squares up in the batter's box. Are you trying to psych me out? I bet you can't eat 5 crayons. Oh yeah? Bet I can. No eating crayons while the club is in session, please. Actually, Noelle, how about you try pitching now? It's been a while since we switched. Oh, rivalry time. Me? Noelle switches place with Akersha at the mound. Jesus. This rivalry is getting out of hand. It's just rude at this point. They're gonna warm up to each other eventually. I see it coming, but... Bring it, you weak bitch. What are you insulting me for? We're on the same side now. No, we're not. The heck are you talking about? Don't baseball pitchers pitch to their own team? No. Everyone is shooting Noelle appalled looks. No, you pitch against the enemy. It's the pitcher's goal to not let the batter get on base. Oh, I see. So that's why they pitch at such high velocity, so it's harder for the batter to hit a touchdown. She's literally like the stereotype sports ball kid who doesn't know anything about sports. Noelle, have you never watched a baseball game before? Can you even name a single baseball team? Oh no. I have a feeling that these are all like, I think the Sharks are a hockey team. The 49ers are definitely a football team. I'm pretty sure that these are all not baseball teams, so no matter what I pick, I'm wrong. But, I don't know about the Sharks, though. I'm gonna do a cursory Google search. The Oakland A's is a baseball team, which is what I thought. What are the Sharks? San Jose Sharks. Hi, and they're a hockey team. I was right. I was right, they are a hockey team. Okay. The Oakland A's. The A's? Crystal looks immensely relieved. Bravo. If you failed that, I probably would have started crying. Min squares up at the batter's box. Throw the ball. Noelle throws the ball with all her might. It plops back down into the grass, not even halfway to Min. The hell was that? That throw was so soft. Nobody ordered ice cream, Noelle. Get it together. Alright, I get it. I guess we'll count that as a ball. What? You didn't throw it through the strike zone. If you miss, it's a ball. If you throw 4 balls before the batter strikes out, the batter goes to first base for free. Where's the strike zone exactly? Ooh, I love diagrams. You also know that this is probably mostly just here so you can so that the creators can like explain the rule of baseball to the people who just got this game, because it was about like a sweet like girls romance and not know anything about sports, such as myself. I know like next to nothing about sports. It starts at the midpoint between the top of the batter's shoulders, beep, and it starts at the midpoint between the top of the batter's shoulders, beep, 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 and the top of their pants. So, like, beep. I see the midpoint. Beep, 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 because her shoulders are here, and the top of her pants are here. So that's like the midpoint. Beep, 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 beep. Okay. It was a weird way to describe it, but I guess that makes sense. The bottom is aligned at the hollow the bottom is aligned at the hollow beneath the kneecaps. So like beep, right there. What happens if you're wearing a skirt? Does it default to the nearest pair of pants you own? You have to be wearing proper uniform pants to play official games. There's rules about that. If we want to throw the game, but in a subtle way, all we have to do is pull our pants up really high. Like, up to our armpits. It's not subtle at all. Assuming we play this game the regular way, don't short people just naturally have smaller batting zones? Since their bodies are smaller? Yeah, it takes more precision to strike them out. By the way, the measurements are based on the batter's stance, not while they're standing straight up. Knowing that, can't we just reduce the batting zone's volume to 0 by squatting down? That way the pitch they throw becomes a ball. I don't know if there's a rule against that, but if you do anything too weird, it'll be considered poor sportsmanship. If it feels like the other people aren't playing fair, it won't be fun anymore. The umpire will probably stop you too. Whenever something's not explicitly outlined in the rules, it's his call. Okay, are we done explaining now? Can we play baseball? Sure, I think we covered all the bases. Get it? Ugh. Laugh politely. She deserves it, huh? Huh. Krissa seems delighted that Noelle is laughing at her joke. Oh, we have to make it crystal clear. I better pitch the ball before she says more. Throw the ball. Noelle hurls the ball with all her might. Plops down in the grass, in the exact opposite spot as last time. In the exact same spot. Dia raises her hand and looks at Krissa expectantly, like she's waiting to be called on. Yes, you can talk. You don't have to do that. Noelle doesn't have enough upper body strength to throw it that far. That's a problem. No matter what position she plays, she's going to have to throw it that far at some point. Well, good thing I'm not joining this stupid club then. Problem solved. Alright, whatever. I'll pitch for now. Noelle hands the ball over to Krissa and joins Akersha and Dia back on the field. As Noelle jogs up to them, Akersha plucks a dandelion from the grass and presents it to her. If you were a flower, you'd be a dandelion. It's literally a weed. Akersha tries to blow the dandelion seeds into Noelle's eyes. Stop that! Min smacks Krissa's pitch into the ground and takes off running. Dia tears after it with a look of a dog chasing a squirrel. She scoops it up and throws it to Akersha, who's manning first base now. I got it! Akersha tries to catch it, but ends up knocking the ball away with the tip of her glove. Akersha, you need to work on your catches. Huh? Why? You dropped the ball. What? That wasn't me. It was totally you. Everyone saw. Incredible. That must be my look-alike from another dimension. You briefly glimpsed a parallel universe when Akersha didn't catch the ball. But now you've crossed back over to the reality where I did catch the ball. That explains the memory discrepancy. It's the only logical explanation. Or you messed up and you just won't admit it. Min manages to round the bases and score thanks to Akersha's mistake. Akersha, you're up to bat. I'm ready. Akersha twirls the bat behind her back, squats down for no reason, and hops several times like a frog before springing back up in a dramatic pose. Is she going to do that every single time she goes up to bat? Knowing her? Yeah. My signature. You don't need a signature. Watch out! Huh? Akersha batted a ball straight at Noelle. Noelle flails her arms in a panic attempt to catch the ball. She misses it. So sad. Krista rushes in front of Noelle and catches the ball. Thanks. No problem. Oops. That was... ghost. It wasn't a ghost. It's Ment's turn to pitch now. Krista hands the ball over to her and heads up to the plate to bat. Whenever you're ready. The fielders are all backing up. Krista's even taller than Dia, so she looks like she could hit it pretty far. Baseball stance, baseball stance. Also, I love her boots. I'm just gonna take like a moment to like appreciate Men's whole outfit because it's just very good. The leather jacket and the shirt that says "What the fuck is wrong with you," and the boots with the flannel on the inside and the ripped jeans. This is such a look. I love it. Min clutches the ball in a claw-like grip. Did she learn to throw a curveball? Min clutches the ball in a claw-like grip. She brings her arm back and then forward hard over the top and lets go. As the ball approaches the plate, it does a little hop like a hiccup. She learned to throw a curveball! Krista looks weirded out. She doesn't swing. The flutter is just enough to throw Liz off. The ball glances off to the side of her glove and bounces off her kneecap. Ouchie. What the... Kinda creepy, isn't it? Seeing the ball coming at you without spinning. Yeah, it was just like floating at me. I couldn't tell the difference. Looked normal to me. Liz returns the ball to Min. Min clutches it in the same messed up looking grip, rears up, and lets another pitch go. Krista misses it by a foot. It's a pitch you couldn't hit with a tennis racket. Liz has to twist into a weird angle to stop the ball in the dirt. Oh, a knuckleball, not a curveball. I'm dummy. A knuckleball, huh? What's that? It's a rare pitch thrown with nearly no spin, so its path is unpredictable. Oh, I get it. You're making this up as an excuse for why you missed. I'm not making it up. It operates on the same principle as a float serve in volleyball. Or a knuckleball in soccer, if you know that. No, I don't know either of those. Okay, so when you pitch a ball normally, it spins like crazy, somewhere around 10 times on the way to the plate. Spin is what gives a ball stability as it moves. If you learn to throw a ball with minimal spin, its instability will give an unpredictable trajectory. It starts behaving like a chaotic system, like the weather. And that's great, because a lot of sports mastery is just recognizing situations. Everyone says to keep your eye on the ball, but it's actually impossible to do that due to the limitations of human reaction. What good hitters actually do is anticipate the ball's flight path based on cues they recognize from being in similar situations before in the past. In other words, they don't see the ball, they guess its trajectory. Oh, but they can't do that against a knuckleball. That's right. A knuckler's trajectory is drastically different each time it's pitched. So no matter how good you are, there's no way to reliably hit it. Thrown correctly, it moves so erratically that it's impossible to hit except through sheer luck. I still can't tell if you're making this all up as an excuse for why you suck. No, it's real. But you couldn't catch it, so it's also a convenient excuse for you. And if it is real, then why doesn't everyone use it? It sounds practically game-breaking. Well, for one, Knuckleball is one of the hardest pitches to throw in baseball, if not the hardest. Put a little too much spin on the ball or throw it just a little too fast and you're basically serving up a meaty practice pitch that'll get hit out of the park. And even at its best, a knuckler is a double-edged sword. Batters can't hit it, but that also means pitchers can't control it and catchers can't catch it. When throwing right, even Min has no idea where it's going. They say throwing a knuckleball for a strike is like throwing a butterfly into a mailbox across the street. Even in the big leagues, catchers hate it. And if I let it get past me, it would lead to the batter or a runner on base advancing. With a knuckleballer pitching, the catcher has to focus so hard on stopping it that runners on base will have an easier time stealing. It's a big pain. So basically, it's hard to throw right, it's hard to control even when you throw it right, and it's punishing if you miss. Pretty much, no one trusts it. Knuckleball is a pitch of someone with nothing left to lose. And that's us. Can try things that no coach in their right mind would ever risk, because no one expects anything from us. So we might as well take advantage of that, right? Even if we don't win a single game, at least we'll have fun. Fun? What kind of nonsense is this? Krista strikes out. The ball ricochets off of Liz's mitt and catches her bare hand, striking her thumb at a painful-looking angle. Oof. Ow! Okay, timeout. That looked pretty painful. Liz's thumb has turned a swollen purple. Oof. Are you okay? I'll live. Min, is this all you know how to throw? I can throw fastballs too, but they're not that fast. So knuckleball is kind of my specialty. I used to watch videotapes of Tim Wakefield pitching on TV over and over again and copied that. It's the only pitch I really practiced. That's so smart, honing all your skill in an off-speed pitch, knowing that you wouldn't have the muscle to throw fast. Did your coach suggest it? No, I didn't have one. No one taught me anything, I taught myself. Huh? Then what made you decide to specialize as a knuckler? I chose it because, it's hard to catch. So Dia has to be the one to catch it, since it'll hurt everyone else. What kind of reason is that? She's so stupid, yet unknowingly ended up doing something smart. Min, what do you mean by Dia having to catch it? Dia's immune to it because she's special. Still having a hard time with Min's voice. I'm Minso. I'm a bastard. I'm a bastard bitch. I am a motherfucking asshole, and I want everyone to know that, but I'm also one of the best characters ever invented ever. Minso. Dia. Dia's immune to it because she's special. I'm pretty sure that's not how it works. Dia's been standing by hopefully for 5 minutes now, looking like she wants to say something. Dia, would you like to try catching in my place? Dia nods furiously. Then that settles it. Let's switch. Once Dia has strapped on all her gear, Min throws it again. Dia caught it! She sounds like a fox falling off the stage in Super Smash Bros. Melee. What does that sound like? Now I need to... I'll put it in there. Just gonna put it in there. I knew it. Krissa was making it up. I'm never believing your lies again. We weren't lying. Dia just caught it again. See, Dia's amazing. Okay, that has to be a fluke. Calm down. You're the one who needs to calm down. They've managed to relieve another hitter together. Kersha is up next. On her way to the plate, she tries to do the splits, fails, and sheepishly crawls back to her feet. That was my plan all along. I'm playing 4-dimensional chess. God, I can't stand her. Want to push her off a cliff, do you? But a shallow one, so she doesn't get hurt, just to scare her. Min winds up and throws another knuckler. It veers wildly up to the sky. Without hesitation, Dia rises out of her crouch and gloves it. What? That would have been a ball, but still. Is it really that surprising? Dia's always been good at sports. I'd be more shocked if she failed. No, but you don't understand. This goes beyond being good at sports. It's literally impossible. Kersha swings and misses for the 3rd time. She struck out. That was performance art. You can't make these excuses every time you mess up. Once Dia and Min have relieved the entire roster, Liz claps her hands together to get their attention. Okay. I'm gonna leave this episode here. This was an interesting one, because I got to learn a little bit about how baseball actually works. And, also we get to see more of, Min and Dia's dynamic as they planned it when they were kids. So, I'm gonna leave this episode here. In the next episode, maybe we'll get to play an actual game, or maybe we'll have more of the girls hanging out together. I'm not sure. But, in the meantime, see ya!